Kai stood nervously in the large hall. The walls were tall and shiny, glowing softly with blue light. He looked around at the crowd. Humans and aliens stood together, waiting for the meeting to start. This was the first time the humans met the alien empire face to face. Kai was young and new. He was an engineer, but today he was part of the human diplomatic team. They wanted to make peace and share technology with the aliens. Kai's job was to explain a new idea, something that could help both sides. The aliens were different from humans in many ways. Their skin was smooth and green. Their eyes were big and shiny. Their queen, Zora, was taller than any human and wore a silver crown that sparkled like stars. Her voice was calm and deep. She spoke slowly and clearly. Kai's heart beat fast as he walked to the center of the room. He took a deep breath and began to speak. Greetings, Queen Zora and honored guests. I am Kai from Earth. Today, I want to share an idea from our people. It is a new kind of energy technology that can help power your ships with less fuel. It is safe and clean. He showed the blueprints on a glowing screen. The aliens watched carefully. Some whispered to each other. Kai felt a little better. But then, Kai's nerves made his words slip. He tried to say something friendly and important. In fact, he said, I think this idea could bring us closer. Maybe it could be a sign of friendship, even marriage, between me and Queen Zora. The room went silent. Kai's face turned red. He wanted to say, I mean, a symbol of peace, not real marriage. But the words caught in his throat. To everyone's surprise, Queen Zora smiled gently and said, Your suggestion is unusual, Kai, but I accept it. Kai's eyes grew wide. The room filled with shocked gasps. He looked at Zora. Did she mean it? Was this a custom he did not know? Was it a joke? A human ambassador stepped forward quickly. Your Majesty, perhaps there is a misunderstanding. Kai did not mean an actual engagement. But Zora raised her hand, stopping him. No, I accept the proposal. This will unite our people. Kai felt like the ground moved under him. He could not believe this was happening. After the meeting ended, Kai was taken to a quiet room. He sat alone, thinking hard. What did I just do? He whispered. The human diplomats came in and talked in low voices. Some were happy, some looked worried. The leader said, Kai, you made a mistake, but the queen is serious. This could change everything. Kai nodded slowly. He knew life would never be the same. News spread fast. Both humans and aliens talked about the engagement. Some saw it as a great honor and hope for peace. Others were afraid it might cause problems. Kai found it hard to sleep. He wondered about Queen Zora. Was she kind? Was she lonely? Did she really want to marry him, a simple human? He decided to learn more about her and her people. He wanted to be ready for whatever came next. Meanwhile, far away in the darker parts of the alien empire, some powerful leaders whispered in secret rooms. They did not want this marriage. They feared the humans would grow too strong. One of them was Vecker, a fierce warlord. He saw the engagement as a threat to his power. We must stop this union, Vecker said to his followers. If the queen joins with humans, we lose control. We must act back at the palace. Queen Zora looked at Kai's message carefully. She felt something new, a hope that humans and aliens could live together in peace. She smiled softly and sent a reply. Kai, your courage has surprised me. We will learn much from each other. Kai read her words and smiled for the first time that day. The accidental suggestion was only the beginning. After the surprising announcement, Kai's life changed very quickly. The news of his accidental engagement to Queen Zora spread everywhere. People on Earth and across the alien empire talked about it non-stop. Some humans were excited. They saw Kai as a brave man who had made a great step for peace between species. Others were confused or worried. They did not understand how Kai could become engaged to an alien queen by mistake. Kai felt many eyes on him. Reporters asked questions. His friends called to check if he was okay. But Kai only wanted to think and understand what was happening. At the alien empire, Queen Zora received many messages from her people. Some were happy for her. They hoped this engagement would bring a new future of peace and cooperation. Others were angry. They did not want the queen to marry a human. Zora knew this would not be easy. She had ruled her people for many years and faced many problems. This new event made her feel hopeful, but also worried. Kai and Queen Zora began to talk more often through secure communication. They wanted to understand each other better. Kai asked many questions about her world, her people, and her life as a queen. Zora was curious about humans and their way of living. Kai learned that Zora's empire was large and complex. Many different species lived under her rule. They had many traditions, some very different from Earth's. One day, Kai asked Queen Zora, "Why did you accept my proposal so quickly? Was it really a good idea?" Zora smiled through the screen. "Kai, sometimes leaders must make choices that surprise others. I see this as a chance to bring our peoples together. Your courage means much." Kai felt more confident. He wanted to help her and her empire in any way he could. But not everyone was happy. Some alien leaders spoke against the engagement. They whispered that Kai was too young and inexperienced. They said the alliance could weaken their empire. One of these leaders was Vecker, the warlord Kai had heard about. Vecker believed the queen was making a mistake. He wanted to keep power for himself. Meanwhile, on Earth, the human government watched carefully. They were proud of Kai but also worried about the risks. They sent a team to prepare for Kai's possible visit to the alien homeworld. Kai trained harder than before. He learned about alien languages, customs, and history. He wanted to be ready for the challenges ahead. As days passed, Kai and Queen Zora exchanged stories. Kai told her about Earth's cities, oceans, and stars. Zora described her empires, great ships, strange plants, and many cultures. They laughed together at small misunderstandings. For example, when Kai called a traditional alien meal strange, Zora laughed and said humans ate strange food too. Their connection grew stronger. They respected each other's differences and found hope in their shared dreams. One evening, Kai sat in his room, looking at the stars through a window. He thought about the future. He knew dangers were near, but he believed in their friendship. Suddenly, his communication device beeped. It was a message from Queen Zora. "Kai," she said, "we will soon meet face to face. I hope we can build a strong bond that helps our peoples live in peace." Kai smiled. "I hope so too, Your Majesty." The unexpected engagement had changed the worlds. It was not just a mistake anymore. It was a new beginning. Kai arrived on the alien homeworld with a mixture of excitement and nervousness. The planet was very different from Earth. The sky was a soft purple, and the land was covered with tall, glowing plants. Strange animals moved quietly through the forest. When Kai stepped off the spaceship, many aliens watched him carefully. Some smiled kindly. Others looked unsure. He knew he had to earn their trust. Queen Zora greeted him at the palace. She looked calm and strong. Her eyes showed a gentle kindness that made Kai feel welcome. "Kai, I'm glad you came," Zora said with a small smile. "You will see my world and meet my people. I hope you will understand us better." Kai nodded. "Thank you, Your Majesty. I want to learn everything I can." The palace was huge and filled with beautiful art and plants. Many aliens moved through the halls, some bowing politely to the queen and Kai. The first days were full of meetings and tours. Kai learned about the alien government and culture. He saw how different species lived together and worked to keep peace. One day, a problem arose. The alien power system, which kept the city bright and safe, began to fail. The energy was unstable, and parts of the city started to lose power. Scientists and engineers worked hard, but they could not fix it quickly. The problem could spread, causing chaos. Kai asked to see the system. When he arrived, he carefully examined the machines. He used his human knowledge and skills to find the problem. A part of the system was broken and needed a special fix. Kai worked day and night to create a new part using available materials. The alien engineers watched him closely. Some were surprised by his ideas. Finally, Kai installed the new part. The system slowly began to stabilize. Lights returned, and the city's power was safe again. Queen Zora and her advisors praised Kai's work. The people saw him as more than just a visitor. He was a problem solver and friend. After this success, Kai and Zora spent more time together. She showed him the difficulties of ruling an empire with many different groups. Some wanted peace, others wanted war. Some feared change. Kai listened carefully. He shared ideas from Earth about cooperation, technology, and culture. Zora respected his views and saw that humans had much to offer. Their relationship grew stronger. Kai admired Zora's wisdom and courage. Zora admired Kai's kindness and determination. But outside the palace, not all was well. Vekar, the warlord, grew angry. The people who followed him whispered about stopping the engagement. Vekar planned to make trouble. He wanted to weaken the queen's power by showing that humans were not trustworthy. One night, Vekar's followers tried to start a fight in the city. They attacked a human trade ship, hoping to cause fear and anger. Kai helped calm the people. He spoke to both humans and aliens, asking for peace and understanding. His calm words stopped the violence. People began to listen. Queen Zora sent soldiers to protect the city and catch the troublemakers. She made it clear that peace was the path forward. Kai felt proud, but knew the danger was not over. He stood beside Queen Zora and said, "Together, we are stronger. We can face these challenges." Zora nodded. "Yes, Kai. Our bond is more than a promise. It is a future." Kai looked at the stars above the alien world and felt hope. He knew that with respect and trust, humans and aliens could build a new era. The days after the city attack were tense. Kai and Queen Zora knew that not everyone accepted their bond. There were forces working in the shadows to break the peace. Vekar, the alien warlord, was the most dangerous of these. He saw the engagement as a threat to his power and influence. If the queen united with humans, his plans would fail. One evening, under the dark sky, Vekar met with his closest followers in a hidden cave deep beneath the mountains. His eyes burned with anger. "We cannot let this union stand," Vekar said. "The humans do not belong here. If the queen marries Kai, our empire will fall into weakness. We must act now." His followers nodded. They planned to kidnap Kai during his next visit outside the palace. If they captured him, the queen would lose face, and many aliens would turn against the alliance. Meanwhile, Kai spent his days learning more about the alien culture. He wanted to show respect and build trust with the people. He practiced their language and customs carefully. Queen Zora, knowing the danger, assigned her best guards to protect Kai. But Vekar's forces were clever and patient. On a bright morning, Kai left the palace to visit a nearby city. He wanted to meet the citizens and show that he was not just a visitor, but a friend. The streets were busy with alien merchants, children playing, and colorful markets. Kai smiled as he walked, waving to people who recognized him. Suddenly, a group of masked figures appeared from an alley. They moved quickly and grabbed Kai before anyone could react. The guards tried to stop them, but there were too many. The kidnappers dragged Kai away, disappearing into the winding streets. Kai struggled, but knew he had to stay calm. He looked around and saw no way to escape immediately. He tried to remember the lessons he had learned about the aliens and their ways. Maybe he could talk to the captors, and by time, one of the kidnappers, a tall alien with sharp eyes, spoke. In a harsh voice, "You are the human engaged to our queen. Why do you come here to take our place?" Kai answered carefully, "I want peace between our people. I mean no harm." The alien looked at him closely, then nodded to others. "We will see." Back at the palace, Queen Zora was informed of the kidnapping. Her face grew serious. "This is war, not peace," she said to her advisors. "We must act fast to save Kai and protect our alliance." She called her loyal commanders and asked for help from the human diplomatic team. Together, humans and aliens planned a rescue mission. They combined their knowledge and skills, working as one. Kai used his wit while captive. He noticed details about their hideout and spoke to his captors to keep them calm. Days passed. The rescue team moved through forests and mountains, avoiding traps set by Vekar's followers. Finally, after a long journey, They reached the secret cave where Kai was held. With careful planning, the team surprised the kidnappers. A fierce but brief fight began. Kai joined the fight when he could, using his quick thinking to help the rescuers. The mission was a success. Kai was free, and the kidnappers were captured or fled. Back in the palace, Kai and Queen Zora met again. Their eyes showed relief and new strength. "You were brave, Kai," Zora said softly. "Our people need leaders who do not give up." Kai smiled. "We are stronger together, Your Majesty." But they both knew this was only the beginning. The threat of war still loomed. Vkar and his followers were still dangerous. They would try again to stop the peace. Kai looked at Zora and felt ready. With her by his side, he believed they could protect their bond and build a better future. The accidental suggestion was no longer a mistake. It was a symbol of hope in a dark time. The palace was quiet after Kai's rescue, but the air was heavy with tension. Queen Zora stood by the tall windows, looking out at the alien city. Her mind was full of worries. Kai sat nearby, feeling tired but determined. The rescue mission had been hard, but it showed how strong their alliance could be. "Thank you for risking so much to save me," Kai said softly. Zora smiled. "You are more than just a guest now, Kai. You are part of this empire." Kai nodded. "I want to help. But we must find out why Vekar wants to stop us," the queen agreed. She summoned her closest advisors and the human diplomats. Together, they began to search for answers. They discovered that Vekar's faction feared losing power. They believed that if the queen married a human, the empire's traditions would weaken, and their control would end. Kai listened carefully. He thought about how humans had faced similar challenges on Earth, when different groups had to learn to live together. "I think we can show the people that unity is stronger than division," Kai said. "If we work together, we can build trust and peace." Zora looked at him proudly. "Yes, Kai, but first, we must be wise. Vekar's followers are dangerous," Kai agreed. "We need to prepare for their next move." In the following days, Kai and Zora worked closely. They met with leaders from different alien species and human representatives. They shared ideas for peace and cooperation. Kai introduced new technology to help communication between species. He helped create programs where humans and aliens could learn about each other's cultures slowly. Many people began to see the benefits of the alliance. Markets between humans and aliens grew. Scientists shared knowledge. Artists created new works inspired by both worlds. But Vekar did not give up. He planned another strike, hoping to divide the people. One night, Kai received a secret message from a spy within Vekar's group. The spy warned of an attack on the capital. Kai and Zora acted quickly. They called their forces to protect the city. They set traps and guarded important places. When Vekar's fighters attacked, they were ready. The battle was fierce but short. The defenders used their knowledge and technology to win. After the fight, many of Vekar's followers surrendered or fled. The people saw that the alliance was strong and would not break easily. Kai and Zora stood before the crowd, speaking together. "Today, we showed that peace is possible," Zora said. "We will continue to build a future where all species live in harmony." Kai smiled and added, "This is just the beginning. Together, we can face any challenge." The crowd cheered. Hope filled the hearts of many. Kai and Zora knew the road ahead was still long, but their bond and their courage were stronger than ever. The accidental suggestion that started it all had grown into a powerful force for good. The days after the victory over Vekar's fighters were filled with hope and hard work. Kai and Queen Zora knew that winning a battle was only part of the journey. They had to build lasting peace between humans and aliens. In the palace, Kai and Zora planned a great gathering. Leaders and citizens from many species would come together to celebrate their new alliance. This event would show the strength of their unity and inspire others to join. Kai worked with human engineers and alien architects to design a building that represented both worlds. It was a place full of light, with gardens and halls decorated with symbols from Earth and the alien empire. When the day arrived, many guests came from distant planets. Humans wore simple clothes, smiling and curious. Aliens showed their colorful traditions, music, and dances. Everyone wanted to learn from each other. Kai stood beside Queen Zora as she gave a speech. Our bond is not just between two people. Zora said, it is the promise of peace for all. Together, we will explore new ideas, share our knowledge, and protect our homes. The crowd cheered, and Kai felt proud to be part of something bigger than himself. After the ceremony, Kai spoke with different leaders. He shared stories from Earth and listened to their hopes for the future. One leader, a wise alien named Mira, said, your courage has changed many minds, Kai. We are grateful. Kai smiled. It is the courage of all of us. Peace takes work, but it is worth it. In the following weeks, trade between humans and aliens grew stronger. New schools opened where children learn languages and cultures from both worlds. Scientists worked together on projects that amazed everyone. Kai and Zora often met to discuss their plans. Their friendship had deepened into trust and respect. But not everyone was happy. Some groups still feared change. They spread rumors and tried to divide the people. Kai and Zora faced these challenges with patience. They listened to concerns and worked to include everyone in the new future. One day, a message arrived from Earth's leaders. They wanted to send more ambassadors to the alien empire. This showed their support for Kai and Zora's alliance. Kai was happy but also nervous. He knew that more attention would bring more challenges. But he was ready. Together, he said to Zora, we can face whatever comes. Zora nodded. Our bond is a light in the darkness. As the sun set over the alien world, Kai and Zora stood side by side, looking toward the stars. They knew their journey was just beginning, but with unity and hope, they would build a future where all beings could live in peace. The day of the wedding arrived, and the entire alien empire seemed to glow with excitement. Kai and Queen Zora stood together in the grand hall, ready to begin a new chapter in their lives and the lives of their peoples. The hall was decorated with flowers from both Earth and the alien world. The colors blended beautifully, showing the unity Kai and Zora had worked so hard to build. Around them, leaders and citizens from many species gathered to celebrate peace and hope. Kai felt nervous, but happy. He looked at Zora, who smiled warmly. Her eyes shone with kindness and strength. They both knew this marriage was not just about them, it was a symbol for everyone who dreamed of peace. As the ceremony began, Zora spoke softly. Today, we join not only as partners but as leaders of a new future. Together, we will guide our peoples toward harmony and understanding. Kai took her hand and replied, I promise to stand by you, to learn from you, and to work for peace and friendship between all our worlds. The crowd cheered with joy. Music filled the hall. Songs from Earth and the alien empire mixed together in a beautiful harmony. After the ceremony, a great feast followed. Humans and aliens ate side by side, sharing stories and laughter. Children played together, learning the languages of new friends. Kai and Zora walked through the crowd, greeting their people. They saw hope in their faces, a future bright with possibility. Later, in a quiet garden, Kai looked at the stars above. He thought about how simple, accidental suggestion had changed everything. From a nervous mistake to a strong bond, from fear to hope, their journey had shown that even the smallest actions can shape the greatest futures. Queen Zora stood beside him, her hand in his. The galaxy is vast and full of challenges, she said, but with trust and courage, we will face them together. Kai smiled. I'm ready for whatever comes next. As the night grew calm, the two looked toward the future, a future where humans and aliens would explore the stars side by side, united by friendship and peace. The accidental proposal was no longer a surprise. It was the beginning of a new dawn for all.